Hello, folks. I'm the Red Red. This is Hollywood Animal. Wanted to say the wrong name there for a hot second. Uh, but I didn't. And last time we left off, we had just released The Blackest. It's going to make its money back, but probably could have been better. I mean, we did get 100% attendance. We could have had more theaters first day. We'll see what it does second week and beyond. Uh, we wanted to consider another project here. Um, I think we have more female actors than male actors ready right now. Have you gotten... You've gotten a watch recently, but not some cigars. Sorry, but I know you are inclined to do shooting on location. I mean, if we're already doing 100 days, yeah, we can go higher quality. Producer, director. Yeah, I'm gonna scrap this project for now, but I might consider A Minute of Madness. Yeah, let's consider this one here. All of our real star power is with the women right now, like people who are not actively shooting a film. Alma James, Daring Adventure. She's gonna get a love interest. I guess David, let's see if you can handle this. I would like to have someone older to play an evil witch, but Jane, I guess it's you. What is this? It's treasure hunt, and I would not cast David as a love interest if, you know, it wasn't for the fact that someone has to play the role. Someone that we have already hired. Script department, we can now do rolling edits. That is great. 300 days. Large thing to factor when do we want the script doctor? You know what? I'm gonna go 8 story elements first. I'm gonna say let's spend only 100,000 here. Marlise Shaw, PR executive. Sally Neal, who is one of our actor, has been doing a lot of interviews lately. However, she's been going way off script. For example, in a recent conversation with Exquisite Cinematique, she said, "We treat our extras like farm cattle." Maybe we could make it so that she stops giving interviews. I'll take the rep hit. Who are we to forbid her from talking? I don't want to piss her off. I want to drop her tanker loyalty, and I'd rather take the hit to reputation over the influence right now. Behind the visor. Oh. What kind of movie is this? Modern comedy adventure, modern American town with knights and bandits, and an angry boss. Security, we have built our offensive operations. Like my father always said, he who always plays defense and never wins. Sometimes you need to think about stability, but sometimes you need to show your teeth. Drop into the security department when you have a chance. Now we can put the pressure on people who aren't willing to play ball and use extra leverage when negotiating contracts. If we continue to develop the offensive operations, our teeth will become even sharper. Yeah, that is a thing that we can do. We've got some whiskey we can start to purchase. This wardrobe will take like 3 years. I think I want to do special events now. Let us gift, say, a couple of months getting those. AMO, A Minute of Madness, is through pre-production. Got a real boost from that pre-production. Cinematography is the only weak point, and now it can start rolling. I would like to hire UJ. Let's go ahead. The Blackest, yeah, we had a drop off. Honestly, we could have done like 5,000 the first. I think I need to. We could have done like 5,000 the first night, and then just ours for the rest. we're going to confirm that. Henry D'Ambrosio, a screenwriter. Yesterday, my childhood friend was saved from a noose. They barely managed to revive him. Hoping to cheer him up, I suggested we travel America together, the Great Lakes, the canyons, and he unexpectedly agreed. It's been several years since I saw that sparkle in his eyes. This is my one chance to help the guy, but our trip will take 2 months. Yeah, I mean, like, you got a guy that I'm not even sure whether it was self-inflicted or not, but the crew is getting along so well, all the actors play bridge in the director's room at the end of the day. Last time they laughed and sang so loud, the concierge called the police, but the policeman liked the singing so much that he joined the party. Filming the very end of Amnesia might shave a day. Wow, okay. Also, 6 more watches. New scandal. David Gutman. A demonstration for women's rights was held outside the California District Court. David Gutman attacked the protesters, splashing several girls with paint, shouting filthy insults. The protest was being covered by a pack of journalists who ate the scandal up. Wow. That is the kind of things we expect from him. Didn't lose too much, a little bit, but could have been worse. The main quality was the happiness of the crew. Yeah, let's start post-production. No reason to hold this any longer than we need to. Editor, Emma, you can take it. Emma, you've recently got a watch. Have some cigars. Composer. Wow. Oh, you're a racist. Never mind. I was gonna say I was gonna give you a gift, but as I said, never mind. Go ahead and start the post-production on this. Will Doyle, the director. Yesterday I forgot to wish my mother happy birthday, and last week I forgot my grandfather's name. The doctor said it's because of all the overtime. My brain functions have begun to fade. If I don't rest, then instead of wages, I'll be paid in disability benefits. Could you maybe give me 2 months to rest? Yeah. I mean, if you need it, you need it. We could put another film into production. If we look at our current acts, oh, you're let's start with this and then give you one of those. Lydia, we've given you both things recently. Jane, did we ever give you cigars? Yes, we did. You were depressed. You got a watch. Here's some cigars. Management. Don't we have someone super depressed on management too? You have taken a watch. Here's some cigars. Take another watch too. Jay, you're new. Take a watch. Jed, you're new. Take a watch. Are they new? Why did I feel like they're new? And give you a watch, Lee. And I guess we'll give you a watch too. You hit the nail on the head as always. But if you keep showering me with gifts, I'll start to feel awkward. Yeah, most people do. Not everyone, but most people. And I was saying, for our actors, we've got a lot more men available now. Let's go ahead and start a good hearty project. War of a Generation. Courtly Romance. I think this was the first one we wrote with the intention of giving it to Wendy. And then I looked closer at what was required for her movie. Pretty sure we did it correctly. If we didn't, there's no time to fix it anymore. Producer, we're gonna need another one. Free, melancholic and chaste. Yeah, you're fine. I'm gonna say 78 for the time. You know what? Just join us for a time. We can start offering medical insurance to people too. Producer, director, not you. Cornelius Walsh. I'm inclined to say let's grab you for 3 years. I think we have a third director. Anyways, Knight. Here, you can play a knight. So, we want a younger woman, actually, fairly young woman, to play the romance interest, yeah? We need only free agents. Henrietta, you're lazy. Well, Betty, you're diligent. I'm gonna say Betty. Let's get you with health insurance. We've got an evil monster here. Peter, yeah, you can play that. Yeah, let's stamp that and move on with courtly romance. Maintenance now has a repair crew. Medium landscaping will be 400 days. Power plant. Medium landscaping, and we're not going to speed that up at all. It's not really necessary. So, I see we got another set of cigars. Snowflake in the Desert. Real good script. It is thriller, comedy, drama, working man versus an evil monster. Interesting film. Russell Simmons, until recently, owned a small distillery in Sonoma that I inherited from my grandfather. Yesterday, the manager called me and said there was a fire and the whole operation was lost. The vineyards, the production facility, all the equipment, even the wooden bust of Thomas Jefferson carved by my great-grandfather. Only 2 months to sort the whole business out. Can you let me go? Sure. Let us... Again, anyone that is depressed, take another box of cigars. Anyone whose happiness is red and is not a racist. Yeah. I'm just gonna give you the 1 box right now. I'm not gonna like give you 2 boxes. That'd be ridiculous. You can take another box, sure. You have not been given a box of these cigars. It'll make you very happy, if not particularly loyal. You could use another box of cigars. There we are. And then actors. I mean, we just don't have anything else to give them. Oh, I keep forgetting ideas. We've got a drama here. Historical action. I'm going to say, you know what? Do we have anyone that does drama? No. But we do have people that do comedy. So you can take that. Police raid in 14 days. Okay. Good to know. Cash we can place in an anonymous safe deposit box, sure. We don't have enough to bribe them not to do it at all. 14 days. I'm gonna watch the gifts. If one of them ticks over, I'm gonna immediately pause and use them. Rotten dates. Wendy Carpenter release film. This is the blackest. We want to end distribution on this. 4%, yep. It still made us money. Still profitable film. Made us $500,000. Felix. Fred Carpenter, the mayor of LA. I thought only women and children cried at movies, but when I saw My Princess on the big screen, I've got to admit, sir, I nearly burst into tears myself. Remarkable business you're in, isn't it? Never would have imagined. Yeah. We've earned some goodwill points, and we can spend them on some things. We can do some more things. We can convert them to influence points, or increase court cases by 20%. Chance of winning by 25% chance. Increase the chance of winning court cases by 25% for 6 months. I'm actually going to go ahead and... That's a lot of influence. We'll spend some on the mayor's party right off the bat. Rotten Fates is going to come out momentarily. Kingdom Mark B+. The scam selling tickets for this. Instead of a film, we're offered a series of incoherent moving pictures. Who will suffer the punishment for this? Alas, we know no one will. Meanwhile, it's always the same ones who suffer. The ordinary American, getting treated like an idiot by Hollywood. Anonymous from the Bone Grinder. Jeanette Foley, Southern Night, 3 stars. Film desperately lacking in beauty or feeling. Of course, one can only admire Peter Holland's impeccable performance. Roy Cox, Fun Times, 2 stars. It's just no good. Peter Holland puts in a solid performance, as always, but there's little else to recommend the movie. Walter Wilson, Friday Partner, 2 stars. Hard to imagine how such a drama could excite anyone. I mean, okay. It wasn't great, I get it. But, you know, for literally someone who just wanted to put their daughter in a picture, Wendy Carpenter, there. We spent $500,000. We spent more on, I didn't check the number beforehand. We spent more advertising and renting theaters than the whole movie itself. I could do the math. I think we may have spent close to the amount advertising as the movie itself. But, you know, that's legit. Okay, we've got 6 more watches. And we are going to just hand them right out. David, I know you're a misogynist, you're a thing, but stop being so depressed. I'm afraid it's going to end up with a bad thing happening. Lydia. you also don't be depressed. Clifford, you could take a watch. Christopher Haas, you could take a watch. You take a watch. You too. Homer Jones, take a watch. And there, we've spent all our watches. The pre-production department has come up with sets and props. Scouting office will be 400 days. I'm gonna say high quality sets, and yeah, let's spend a couple hundred getting it with some speed. Courtly romance is going to be looking good. All the people working on it are good. Let's start that rolling. Claude, you can jump on it. We can now alter our shoot schedule. I'm happy to go 5 days, 12 hours. I'm going to keep that standard for right now. We got the long enough film shooting. Our racist screenwriter has come back. Oh, Felix, what are you doing? We've got a thriller. Action thriller is a thing. Romantic comedies are a thing. Let's get both of you writing. And oh, we do need to build sets and props. That'll be back here. And is it the only thing we have to build? The engineering department. If I was to say, yeah, now we can start repairing things. Yeah, so let's start sending our repair crew around and have them working on things. Yeah, finish prep for the police raid. And they're gonna raid us again. Police found no violations during the raid. Police demanded they open the safe in a technical support office, but they didn't have court orders, so the manager refused. Police used crowbars to break the safe out of the wall, smash up the rest of the office for good measure. Didn't even open the safe. Could have been a lot worse. Tower of Matches. Oh, that film jumped a lot during production. We had Sally Neal leading it. I wonder why it jumped so much. Having the screw still brought it down. Gabriel will replace Peter Harris. Let's start post-production. Editors. I mean, your salary, right? Yeah, it's 30 days. I can fire you. Anthony Campbell. I was driving down my street today, and I plumb forgot which house was mine. I asked a policeman for help, and he looked at me like I was an idiot. I completely lose focus when I'm exhausted. I'm worried next time I'll forget where the brakes are. Could you give me 2 months vacation? Yeah. Evergreen Movies producer Craig Little. He's hot-headed and he has a high libido. Has been sentenced to life in prison. Oh, he lured children and teenagers to his country house, drugged them, and then raped and strangled them. Police found the remains of 9 bodies in the basement of his house. All his victims were between 8 and 14 years old. On the day it was announced, protesters gathered outside the courthouse holding up signs reading, "Hollywood is killing our children." They're demanding that the criminal be handed over to them for a people's trial. The police had to intervene, and 27 people were detained. Lynching is not acceptable, but I understand how the people feel all across America, said Texas State Senator Jake McGillicuddy in a commentary to the USA Post. Wild animals belong in the ground, not among the living. This applies to many people in Hollywood. All they ever think about is murder, smut, and drunkenness. Commentating on the Craig Little verdict, U.S. Supreme Court Justice Gregory Fifrol warned, "What happened to these children is the tip of the iceberg. I'm sure there are dozens, if not hundreds, of these stories in Hollywood, but we'll get it all out." I mean, there are thousands upon thousands of these stories happening across America all the time. It's just that, you know, a lot of these people, they don't want to, it's not the people they want to be going after, so they don't. They just let them keep doing what they're going to do to children, so long as, you know, it's politically convenient. Half a point there, half a point, less than half a point on the other side. Mr. Director, Will Doyle. Amnesia. This was the... All it has is... All we know is there's a daring adventure and Lydia Globe is playing an evil monster. I like this one for it. We got Rotten Fates. Yeah. Let's say 5,000 first week. 2,000, 1,000, 0 for the rest. Cheap printing option will work fine for us. Yeah. Actually, it pushed it back a week. But that's fine. Numbers are still all correct. And then we want... That's 4 days. 5 days prior. 5 weeks prior. And again, it is comedy, drama, something surrealist. I'm gonna go with whatever this intellectual thing is. Let's go with the newspaper. Yeah, let's again go with this big old spread here of radio, newspapers, and magazines, radio programs for the intellectuals, and then some bulletin boards, some billboards, that's the word. Yeah. Let's confirm that. 6 days, mothball everything, sure. We are down to 3 million. Although Rotten Fate's movies pay out at the end of their 4 weeks periods. So, in the past week, hundreds of newspapers across the country printed a column by Joe Green, social activist from Alabama. A veteran of the Great War, Green is best known for a spontaneous speech he delivered 8 years ago, with which he single-handedly ended the racial riots in his native Montgomery. In the new article, Green reflects on the recent story of a producer who turned out to be a child murderer. Today we turn the other cheek. Today we say a quiet prayer. Today we are willing to believe that this is just an isolated incident. But if Hollywood continues to breed violence, tomorrow will be different. Yeah, that we could have put more on those first couple of days, but 4,000 screenings. Let's set up distribution. I'm gonna say we don't need any more thing other than our own. Let's confirm. Oh. Courtly romance. Peter Holland is angry about the quality of the script. He said he's never heard such wooden dialogue in his whole career. He's constantly arguing with the director, asking for rewrites. Fine, we can fix the dialogue. That's a thing we have learned to do. Minute of Madness. Going to have another thing happen here. Jane Fisher comes to work with her baby and breastfeeds right on set. It's distracting the guys and interfering with their work. The film crew's happiness decreases by 20. Or her happiness by 40. Yeah, no. Let her feed the baby. The men can suffer. Return from vacation. Sarah Freed. If Let's repair the script department for a couple of weeks. Henry Ambrosio, when the script department is repaired, there we are. That'll be some good stuff. Oliver Whiskey. Emma Whiskey. Harry Whiskey. Thomas. Have a smoke. Producers. Jack. Have a smoke. Directors. Lewis. Have a smoke. Screenwriters. Felix. You can have some whiskey. Actors. Alma. Whiskey. Smoke. Watch. David. You're not getting our last whiskey yet. You gotta prove. No, Jane is just as depressed. Take a watch too. David, I will go ahead and give you each smoke and a watch. Sally has taken a watch recently, but I'll give you another one in addition to smokes. You could take a watch. And I guess I'll give you the last one, even if you've had one. There. Handed stuff out. And Minute of Madness, again, having no more problems. The actor poured some alcohol into a trash can filled with paper and accidentally started a fire, which spread across the whole hotel room. No one was injured, luckily, but old David Gutman has to pay $3,000 damages. He's asking you to help him with a debt. No, you did it. I'm not spending all of my petty cash on your drunken antics. Sorry, but it's just not how it works. Henry, go ahead, research us more stuff. I'm gonna repair this for a week. Oh, you were on vacation, Will. Okay. We've got another script written. It's not a good one. from one of our less experienced script writers. We're gonna just, I'm not even gonna bother paying attention to what it is. You're going to go ahead, do some more market research. Yeah, I guess we can increase your salary. Lydia, my back is killing me. Sometimes it feels like a red-hot wedge is being driven between the vertebrae. I howl so bad that anyone nearby will jump in fear. The doctor said that I need to recuperate, massage, relax my nerves, and get some rest. Can you give me 2 months of vacation so I can improve my health? Yeah, okay. Peter Harris. Have you ever met Arthur Gernstein in person? Only a few actors and directors have ever heard his voice, even the ones working for his actual studio. He runs Gernstein Brothers through deputies and assistants. They say he's like an emperor who never leaves his chambers. The last night, by surprise, he suddenly called me personally, and he offered me a contract to sign. As you can imagine, he said all kinds of nasty things about our studio. The most polite words he used were garbage dump. I don't want to leave, I like it here. But I'd like to get a small reward for my loyalty. If we can't come to an agreement, I'm ready to forfeit $65,000 for the early termination of my contract. Let's go ahead and discuss this. And this is where we this flashed up on the screen and I did see it. I just didn't comment on it because I knew it was going to come up at some point. We know something about Peter Harris, which is that he has had sex with a 15-year-old. She does look quite mature for someone so young. Maybe the judge will go easy on her. Maybe he won't. Yeah, don't blackmail us right now. I'll accept your word that it was an accident that you didn't know. But that doesn't necessarily fly in court. You're returning from vacation. You can repeat this. Rotten Fates. Down to 20%. I believe our next one is coming out here in a second. So yeah, let's end distribution on this. It's profitable. Box office 2.5. Profit of 1.6. Archive it. Power of matches. Oh. Whole point off of that. Oh. Okay. Well, you know, it can always be worse. It can always be a lot worse. Which one was this again? Action, romance, thriller. Oh yes, Sally Neal has some kind of... I'm wondering if, like, the romance is between these two. She dies, so let's have her die on the box art. Okay, Amnesia will be these 4 weeks, so we're gonna come back here. I'm going to say 5,000 initially, 2,000 after that, 1,000 there. Let's go with the cheaper option for printing because we've got plenty of time. 5 weeks back. 4 weeks over. It'll run for 1 week during Valentine's Day. I'm going to say... Again, I need to look at this action, romance, thriller. Let's go radio. The only thing I'm just not gonna put up any billboards. Confirm. And let's repair our post-production for a couple of days while it's not a concern. While nothing's in post-production, we can repair it. During filming, a car hit a boy right in front of Peter Harris. The child died on the operating table, but they decided not to tell the actor. Every half hour, he's asking the producer how little Eddie is doing and if he needs any help. Tell the producer to say that little Eddie recovered and is already playing baseball. That will tank the producer's loyalty, but will make Peter Harris very happy. Or we could just tell him the truth. I think Peter Harris can handle it. I mean, it'll make him real depressed, but he's an adult. Peter Holland in Amnesia. Kino Mark, B-. Roy Cox on Fun Times, just no good. Bone Grinder has a whole spiel. An extremely mediocre film, sure to bring you no pleasure. Sometimes you'll have to force a smile, lest you forget that you're watching a comedy. Okay. Well. Still getting ragged on. But, you know. Maybe... I mean, we're still making money. Like, it's, you know, they're hating, you know, they're critically panned, but people are still going to watch them. We did just repair that. Repair engineering, sure. Pre-production sets and props. Great. Dupler's gonna come to an end. And since the technology manufacturer are constantly trying to squeeze more money out of us, even when the old cameras and microphones are still working just fine, the companies arbitrarily stop servicing them, supposedly because the equipment doesn't meet modern standards. But really it's just so that we'll keep shelling out for their newer models. In the pre-production department's technical support office, you can see what equipment is currently available on the market. It's best to stay on top of this, or suddenly you won't have anything to shoot films with. For now, we'll have to play the game by their rules. But if we ever want to be truly independent, we'll have to consider developing our own technology. And yeah, since we're coming to an end of the initial Dupler film technology, I think we'll go ahead and come to the end of this episode. If you've enjoyed this Let's Play so far, go ahead and leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you next time when we continue Hollywood Animal. Things are, you know, we're trugging along here. We need to, I think I'll throw another film right into pre-production when we come back. We could definitely do it. But that'll be for next time. And I'll see you then.